Daft Punk just got a way of making cool sound even cooler. Like, this is already sounding real nice, and then they added this dimension. What's happening, everybody? Trey here, and today at Reactions to the Classics, gonna be doing a full album reaction to Daft Punk and their live record, Alive 2007, aptly named, of course. I want to shout out our longtime friend, patron, and Daft Punk fan of the channel, Shane, for suggesting this one for us to react to today. I'm looking forward to it, man. Daft Punk, one of the most legendary musical duos of all time. I quite like their record, Homework, actually, from '97. I think that's surprisingly the only Daft Punk record I've listened to in full. I know Discovery is one of their more famous ones, and of course Random Access Memories was, had so many great singles from when I was in high school, man. So shout out to Daft Punk, and if you don't know, let's just get into a little quick facts of the group themselves. French electronic musical duo formed in 1993, widely regarded as one of the most influential acts in dance music history. They achieved popularity in the late 90s as part of the French house movement and garnered critical and commercial success in the years following, mixing funk, techno, disco, hip-hop, indie rock, and pop. In 2015, Rolling Stone named them the 12th greatest musical duo of all time. And then, of course, last year they announced their split up. This record is their second live album, actually released in November of 2007. Features their performance at the Palais Omnisports de Paris-Bercy Arena in Paris in June of 2007 during this Alive tour. It features an assortment of their music incorporated with synths, mixers, and live effects. Also won the Grammy for Best Electronic/Dance Album of 2009 in 2009, and it reworked and remixed versions of many of their more popular tunes. The use of music from Human After All, which is their record from 2003, I believe, which had received mixed reviews, prompted critics to reconsider the album after they heard it in this live format. Got a lot of acclaim and critical success as well from various publications like Enemy, Pitchfork, etc. Let's get going, man. Let's get going into this one. Due to copyright, the full reaction won't be in here on YouTube, but you can check out the Vimeo link down below, which will have the full video uncut, free of charge. I always like to have that link in there for y'all. Shout out to the patrons who allow us to get that server space over on Vimeo. It is much appreciated. But all that to say, man, let's get into it. Of course, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, hit that big red subscribe button, and of course, I want to hear from you, your favorite Daft Punk tracks, and thoughts on this Alive 2007 record. But all that to say, enough talk. Let's get it kicking off, man, with Robot Rock / Oh Yeah. Robot Rock is the lead single from their third record, Human After All. Musically, it's been described as an electronic rock and dance rock. Contains a sample of the Breakwater song Release the Beast. Sample features a synth riff with an oscillator sync timbre, as well as percussion and power chords on an electric guitar. They incorporated a vocoder of all things into the production, repeating the title phrase, Robot Rock. Aside from the sampling, Thomas noted that the duo used a Moog synthesizer and guitar pedals for the track as well. That, of course, is Thomas Bangalter, one half of the duo, other being Guy Manuel de Omen Cristo. I always butcher these names from these French musicians, man. So we'll just stick with Guy and Thomas for the rest of the video. But all that to say, man, long live Daft Punk. Let's get this thing kicked off. I'm excited for it. Thanks again, Shane, for this suggestion. All right, Robot Rock. Oh yeah, man, what a way to kick off this concert right here. I really enjoy on these live records when they actually keep in the crowd noise. Kind of transports you to the event itself, man, almost like you're part of the crowd. And the way that Daft Punk built the song up, man, that slow build, you just hear the recorder going Robot Rock. You're like, okay, well, what do we got here? And then boom, once that guitar really came in, just rocking, that really impressed me, man. I thought it worked so well with the synthesizer in there. Had some great bass drops, and builds as well in the track. The way they were able to mix it as well, especially when you're listening with a good pair of headphones, was a really impressive the way they would just strip back some of the instruments all the way, take away the bass, and then boom, bring it back thumping. All that to say, man, great way to kick off this this album. And I'm not familiar, I don't think, with the actual track itself from the studio version, so I'll have to go back and listen to it after this and compare. But I don't see how it could be much better than this live version, man. I thought that Daft Punk was really creative with that. And now we're going to seamlessly transition into Touch It / Technologic. Technologic is from their, again, Human After All record from 2005. It was released as the second single. Portion of the vocals were altered and used in the Busta Rhymes single Touch It, so that's where we get in there. Subsequently, elements of both were featured on this live record. So there you go, folks. Let's get to it. Touch It, Technologic, bringing it right there, man. And, a little, always in the electronic music world, the transitions are so seamless. So, I'm ready already to get back into the next track. But touching on this one, no pun intended, we had that, like chipmunk-esque, vocals where, they're pitched way up. And I gotta admit, I did like the touch it part. It was almost like that mantra, man, where you just, okay, it was said so much, touch it, bring it, pay it, watch it, turn it, leave it, start, format it. Like, that'll be going through my head until they get the next really catchy phrase, I'm sure, in this next song. But I dug that, but I think it really took that next step when we transitioned to the technologic portion, and that beat switched, man. Crowd really got into it, a bit more of a bouncy rhythm, so to speak. And I really just, I thought the transitions, which, I mean, that's a Daft Punk staple right there, were so well done. Great jam right there. And now we're going to go to Television Rules the Nation / Crescendolls. I like that name right there, man. So let's listen to this one. Television Rules the Nation, Crescendolls. Man, another really, really catchy and hypnotic tune, man, that didn't seem like it was 5 minutes, even though, it was 5 minutes. I was over here in the middle of the song looking up because it reminded me of a track, and I couldn't remember the band's name. But they're called the Disposable Heroes of Hypocrisy. They have a song called Television Drug of the Nation. So that kind of touches on, some of the same, lyrical themes here. Television rules the nation. Ain't that the truth, man? Especially in modern day America, how ruled we are by TVs or just screens in general, and the media, and what they're trying to say to us, and filtering and all that out. All that to say, though, man, I thought that I thought it really worked well. I like kind of the backing vocals in there, like Around the World. I thought that added a cool little texture to the track as well. And yeah, man, yet again, just a very heavy bass in there towards the end that I enjoy quite a bit in electronic music. And Daft Punk delivered again. Now we're going to Too Long / Steam Engine. Let's kick it off, man. Right. Too Long, Steam Machine. This, again, a song that was 7 minutes that went by much quicker than that, it seemed. And I think that I enjoyed the start, but really this song kicked up for me about that 3 minute mark, man, where, and as I said, as the song was going on, Daft Punk just have such a talent to take something that already sounds really, really good and cool, and then just manipulate it ever so slightly. And here they sped up the lyrics, and it just took the song to another level, in my opinion. And then the farther it got along, they kind of, were chopping, looping, and messing around with everything. I don't know the technical electronic music terms, folks. I just know that it sounded really good, especially towards the end there. And then added the little steam machine where it almost sounded like a steam machine engine, just barely, trying to gasp everything out. The steam machine. I thought it was a really cool sound right there. And now we're going to transition to one on the track listing I looked at. This was the one I was most looking forward to because it's two of my favorite Daft Punk songs, Around the World and Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger. Around the World was released as their second single from that debut record, Homework, from 97. Became a major club hit, went to 1 on the dance charts in the UK, US, Canada. And Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger, of course, released as the fourth single from Discovery. This live version that we're about to hear won the Grammy Award for Best Dance Recording, again, in that 2009 Grammy, where this album won a Grammy itself. So, looking forward to this, man. Let's get it. Getting the hard treatment, folks. This had high expectations for myself, going in for this track, and it did not disappoint. I quite enjoyed, too, how from the previous track, Steam Engine came in for that first 30, 40 seconds and kind of built the anticipation before we got the around the world. Like, I just love the vocals on the, that around the world line. And then the way that just, meshed together, mashed up so well with a harder, better, faster, stronger. Just so well done. I mean, obviously, the first time I heard this song was actually in Stronger from Kanye West back in the day, man. So I know Kanye, a pretty big fan of Daft Punk himself, and Daft Punk's such a great group to sample in your own stuff because they have so many just catchy loops that get you hypnotized, man, and get you in a bit of a electronic trance, if you will. And man, this song, just two of their best, two of my favorites from them, being able to come together like this. I thought it was just expertly done. Fantastic song right there. And now we're gonna go to Burnin', which is off of Homework, their fourth single there, and then gonna take it back to Too Long. So we had Too Long, Steam Machine, now we got Burnin' / Too Long. So second longest song on this album, actually. So let's get to it. Burnin' Too Long here, man. Obviously the first half of the song, a little over, was just burning, man, with the great instrumental right there. And then the song really ramped up once we went back into to Too Long, and just I love the layering of the vocals there, almost like a pseudo call and response. I thought the panning was fantastic, and there's the you need it, hey, I need it too. All right, we can move. Like definitely at that portion, a song you wanted to get up and move to, so to speak. And the glitchiness at the end I thought was really good. And yet again, just the transition from Burnin' to Too Long, almost like they muffled the entire song and bass and everything, like you're in a distant room and you're trying to get back to the party, man. And boy, once you emerge in the party, it's go time, folks. I quite enjoyed that track right there. We're halfway home on this record, and now we have Face to Face / Short Circuit. Say that 10 times fast. Face to Face features vocals and co-production from American House producer Todd Edwards. Daft Punk considered Edwards to be one of their biggest influences, and we're really stoked at the opportunity to work with him. Face to Face, Short Circuit, another one, man. Got to give the hard treatment. Quite enjoyed that one, especially the ending there, musical bliss there, folks. And I liked. It seemed, I could be off, that we had the melody to Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger kind of in there as well at different points. So just again, Daft Punk showing that ability to bring together the best parts of their songs and then really make a new creation out of that, to make an even better creation, some might argue. So I really enjoyed this. I'm actually not familiar, I don't think, with the actual face-to-face proper studio version, but I really dug this, especially at the start. The vocals so chopped up together gave it a bit of a robotic, kind of futuristic type of sound to me, and I just thought that worked really well. And then building up to then just letting the vocals kind of speak for themselves, unfiltered, so to speak. And so, man, shout out to Edwards on there, them and Daft Punk being able to come together and collab like that. Quite impressive. And now another one on this track listing I was looking forward to, because we have One More Time / Aerodynamic, Love Me One More Time. That was released as a single, again, from Discovery, and that's where we have a sample from the disco song from 1979, More Spell on You by Eddie Johns. That reached 1 in France, 2 in the UK, 61 here in the States. We were behind the 8 ball, people. One of the greatest songs of the decade by Pitchfork, where they put it in number 5. Also, Rolling Stone named it one of the top 500 songs of all time. Mixmag readers named it the greatest dance record of all time. And in 2001, Billboard ranked the song number 1 on their list of best Daft Punk songs. So, I mean, everybody knows One More Time, man. Aerodynamic, on the other hand, features a prominent guitar solo and is the second single from Discovery. So, Little discovery action right here, mishmash. Let's see what we got. One more time, aerodynamic. What a fantastic mashup right here. Of course, one more time builds that anticipation so well. And when you hear that first beat, you're like, oh, you can't help but be in a better mood. And then once it finally drops, one more time, yeah, like you're just ready to get up and have a good time, man. And then they put in, midway through the track, that guitar solo from Aerodynamic, and that just added a totally new dimension to this song that I quite enjoyed whenever they ramp back up with one more time, with the music's got me feeling so we're gonna celebrate. I'm just so used to that song, obviously without that guitar solo in it. And I thought it really did work out quite well though. And again, you have the vocals kind of being manipulated live in the mix, which is kind of cool, and it lets Daft Punk's creativity show just live and in person, man. So that's what's been really cool about this record so far. And we still got some tunes remaining. We're going to our shortest song now. We have Aerodynamic Beats / Gabrielle. So Forget About the World. So on this one, Forget About the World is a song sung by English singer Gabrielle that was released in '96. Just 3.5 minutes. Let's hear what we got. All right, Aerodynamic Beats / Gabrielle. This one, man, not a bad track. I think the preceding songs were just so good before it that this one, just left me, just kind of there on it. I will say that I Am the Brainwasher did sound like Black Sabbath's Iron Man. I am Iron Man. Just with the way the vocoder or whatever they used to manipulate the vocals there. I mean, solid beat for sure. I didn't hate the song by any means. I don't want it to come across like that, but just compared to the rest of this record, man, it's such a high bar. Almost felt like an interlude in a certain sense, as we now are about to cue up the longest track on this record, clocking in a little over 10 minutes. We've only had 2 songs mashing up. Now we're going 4 with the Prime Time of Your Life, the Brainwasher, Rolling and Scratching, and Alive. Prime Time of Your Life is from that Human After All record, released as the 4th and final single, and it's noted for the incremental acceleration of tempo as the track ends. Then you have the Brainwasher, which is also off of Human After All, and then Rolling and Scratching and Alive are off Homework, that debut. So curious how they're gonna put together all 4 of these tunes. Let's check it out. Right, the Prime Time of Your Life, Brainwasher, Alive, and Rolling and Scratching mash up here, man. And yet again, even though it was 10 minutes long, they since it was mashing up all these different songs, there was enough here to keep your interest. That's for sure. Really enjoyed the way it was bookended with Prime Time of Your Life, and then the way Rolling and Scratching comes in just with those very harsh screeches, so to speak. Kind of the harshest moment on the record, but then that's eased as we go back into the Prime Time of Your Life instrumental right there, and bass quite heavy on this entire song right here. Definitely one I would have liked to experience live and in the middle of the crowd here. That's for sure, man. Don't have too much more to add. I do like how Brainwasher was utilized yet again. It was utilized earlier, so I kind of like how they're able to put all these tunes together in a new light, so to speak. And for me, who doesn't know all their tunes, it's kind of gonna be fun to go back and listen to the originals. So now we only have 2 songs left, y'all. We're gonna go now to Defunk, and that mashup with Daft Direct. Defunk originally released in '95, my birth year here. Later on the debut record Homework as well. And Thomas noted that he revealed that Defunk was made after listening to American G-Funk for weeks. It was around the time Warren G's Regulate was released, and we wanted to make some sort of gangster rap and try to murk our sounds as much as possible. However, no one has ever compared it to hip-hop. We've heard that the drums sound like Queen and the Clash, the melody reminiscent of a Giorgio Moroder, and the synths sound like electro and thousands of other comparisons. No one agrees with us that it sounds like hip-hop, so I guess keep that in mind, folks, as we're listening to it right here. So let's get going. All right, man, Defunk, Daft Direct. Of course, I had to give the hard treatment to that. Defunk might be my favorite track off of Homework, actually, or it's right up there. I just love the funkiness in the track, to be basic. Of course, it's in the title, but I just think it works works so well, and it mashed up well. You could barely honestly hear the lyrics of Daft and Direct in here, but of course it's Daft Punk, man. They're gonna mash up things that sound quite awesome together, and love the mix of the synth, and just that funkiness, and just the guitar that comes in. It just everything works so well, and just such an earworm. So really enjoyed that, as I expected I would. And now we're to the final track, ladies and gentlemen. We got Superheroes, Human After All, Rock and Roll. Human After All, of course, off of the Human After All record. We have Rock and Roll from Homework, and then Superheroes off of Discovery. So let's cue this one up, man. Finish off this record, and then at the end I'll give my favorite tracks and overall score of the record. Right, our closing track, another hard treatment, man. Superheroes, Human After All, Rock and Roll. You started with the lyrics from Superheroes. Something's in the air. The way that was manipulated, very robotic, and almost sounded like we also had a sample in there from Rollin' and Scratchin' as well. I don't know if that was in there or not, but I feel I would recognize those harsh scratches anywhere, man. And it just an unbelievable instrumental. So many textures in this song that this is one that I think is a great tune to end on, man. I gave it the heart treatment. I really thought that the way it was bookended with those Superheroes lyrics in there, and we had the Human After All element in the middle that brought that different dimension. All in all, man, really enjoyable track and record. And now that's gonna take me, speaking of favorite tracks, my favorite tracks, in no particular order. Gotta give love to the opener, man, Robot Rock, oh yeah. I also quite enjoyed, of course, Around the World and Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger. You just get those two mashed up. It's going to be an iconic tune. One More Time, Aerodynamic, especially with that guitar solo and aerodynamic in the middle. Love that mashup. The Funk and Daft and Direct, of course, going to get some love. And honestly, this closer as well is going to be up there for me. Face to Face / Short Circuit was really good too. There wasn't a bad track on here. Aerodynamic beats, Gabrielle, maybe it could have been chopped, but it was inoffensive. So that's going to take me to my overall score of this record. And man, it's tough to for me, the hardest genre for me to rate in an album quality is going to be electronic type of music, just because a lot of the times it's not designed for an album listening format per se. It's more so singles and the 12-inch disc and club music, party music, stuff like that. So you got to be aware of that when you're going in, I think, to rate and review a record of this type of genre. On top of that, you have a live record, so that also is a bit sometimes tough to judge, but I thought the crowd participation was great in this, and it all honestly worked well as like a greatest hits of Daft Punk up to this time. All the hits are here, and yet they still brought their creativity to it in the mashup. They didn't just play, let's just play Defunk here, or let's just play One More Time just by itself. I thought the way that they mashed that together just shows the just artistry that Daft Punk had, and I know that the visuals are a big portion of this concert as well. I'll have to seek those out, and just in Daft Punk shows in general, that's showmanship through the roof. And all in all, man, really enjoyable record. I say all that upfront stuff to say I really dug this, and I'm gonna be at like an 8.5, man. I thought this album was great, and it's one that I think you could play for any type of crowd when you're just on a Friday, Saturday night, whatever the case may be, or hey, whenever, man, Wednesday night. I don't know when you guys get down, but and I think no matter what the musical taste is, people are going to enjoy it, and that's a rare quality to have in music. And there's only a handful of artists that are like that in their respective genres, where it doesn't matter what type of music you usually gravitate to. You put this on, people are usually gonna enjoy it and dig it, and Daft Punk is a group like that, especially in the electronic musical sphere, so to speak. So thanks again to Shane for bringing this. Let me know your thoughts again on this record, your favorites from this, and what other Daft Punk I should check out. I know maybe we need to get a Discovery album reaction going. Let me know if you'd be interested in that in the comments below. But until next time, y'all, thanks so much for watching. Happy listening, and I will see you.